morning, folks. This morning is going to be with shaving cream from Williams, Ice Blue, and yep, going to follow it up with Aqua Velva Ice Blue. Got Allen Block, no rubber band. This Allen Block's never going to go away, it seems like. Got Stirling's Witch Hazel Black Ice that's mentholated, and I had just a little bit of the Shaven Sailor's beard oil left, and I also had this one for quite a while. This is Cremo beard oil, and it's the tea tree mint, and this scent is there's not enough mint to take the edge off the tea tree. The tea tree it's not a pleasant scent from my nose, but I do have it, so I'm going to go ahead and use it. So what I did is I poured the rest of the Shaven Sailor in here, because I'd already been using some of the Cremo from days gone by, and helped take some of the edge off of the tea tree. But anyway, I'm going to be using this, and it comes in a 1 ounce container. I'm going to use this one up. But anyway, that's what I did with the rest of the Shaven Sailor to help take the edge off of that tea tree, because that's pretty tough stuff on the nose. Anyway, I've got the lather worked up here with a brush from DS Cosmetics. It's 26mm knot. This is their Galaxy setup, where they've got, I think, 5 different colors, versions of it. Got it whipped up here in a bowl on the wet side. And that is one thing that I've noticed. I haven't used this cream very often, but it seems like I still have the same memory that you might want to use a smaller knot. It takes a little bit to whip it up, in other words. So a smaller knot, you use less of the cream. At least that's been my experience with it. And Flash Boredom was wanting a comparison with the Gillette Super 109 with the 84 right next to it. And that's the difference between the two right there, as it goes for length. And go back over the comparison today, I'm going to be using the Gillette Slim, and that's the difference right there. And if you look at the Slim and the 84, they look to be pretty close, if not the same length, as it goes for a comparison. Oh, I guess I should say, before I get too far gone, I'm going to be using Personna Red, what they're also known as. But this 109, there's this is the fat boy on the right, my right. Then if you compare it to the Parker variant, and then the Progress, you can see there's quite a bit of difference. This is probably, now I don't have the long handle of the Progress, but this might be the longest adjustable out there, or pretty close to it. I didn't bring the Parthenon out, but it's a fairly long handle. Excuse me. But at any rate, I'm going to be using the Slim. This one here is a 1963 model. I've already got it set, yep, on setting number 9 there. And see how these Personna Reds work on setting 9. And as it goes for the next couple of shaves, I've got my shavers lined up. This one here, even though it's a star and it says Silver Star on the cap there, that's what I'm going to be shaving with on Monday. Then come Tuesday, this is one here is going to be a pretty neat one. Been waiting on this one for a while. I don't know if you can see that, but on the top there it says Star, and this is a plastic case that get it opened here. This slides open. Try to make sure everything doesn't fall out. This one here that I got came with the instructions for the razor. Thought that was pretty cool. That's to me that's worth quite a bit right there, just to get the original instructions. This is what it looks like on. Let's turn around this way. That's what it looks like there on the inside. It's got a bakelite handle, and the base plate is plastic, but the top does appear to be, I would call it some sort of metal. I'm not sure what kind. It's doesn't take kindly to shining up. Most of them that I have seen don't really have much of a shine to them. And at any rate, going to give this one a try. I'd never shaved with this one before, and going to give it a whirl and see how this one works for me. But I just thought this case is just awesome. The best I could find out about that particular model is that it was may have been handed out to the armed forces during wartime. But at any rate, that's thought that was a pretty cool setup there. Now that case, there's still a few out on eBay. I've already used hot towel to the face, and we'll get started with what's left of the cube here. What I've seen out on eBay, I think I remember seeing two, and I think they're running right around the $35 mark for the, how you say, for that setup. Less the instructions. The ones I saw didn't have the instructions. Got mine a little less than that. I've had this one for a moment, waiting for December to use it. Planning somewhat ahead of time, I guess you might say. But thought that shaver there, it looks pretty cool. Be good for travel also, considering it already comes contained in a kit. You can put a few blades in there. It's lightweight. Not that this, what on the cap says Silver Star, this doesn't have a whole lot of weight to it. The top part's pretty lightweight. The handle's got most of the weight in it. I've seen different versions as it goes for boxes or cases, if you will, when it comes to the Silver Star. I've seen a cardboard box with like maybe 3 packages of blades in there, and I've only seen, well, and it's very hard, one where it's, I guess you might say, a deluxe case, like clamshell type, where the case is really nice looking. The shaver itself is no different than what's in the cardboard box. It's just that the case is really nice. It is hard not to try to get one of those, but I figure since it's, if I remember right, it's on a bid, so I can only imagine that price is just going to go up, because I don't see that case. I've only seen it once. The way I was looking at it and figuring is that case was always, this cardboard box is all that ever came in. And I do have the cardboard box. But as it goes for trying to find out some more information about these shavers, sometimes it can be a challenge. Scent. I don't smell a thing off this off of this shaving cream, not per my nose. I'm not too sure that I ever have. And I was looking through the ingredients and I didn't see anything in the way of menthol or eucalyptus either, so I'm not real sure. It could have it, maybe it's just in there in such a way that I'm not picking it up. But as it goes for these shavers here, I'm not real sure when they stopped making these. That's the unclear part for me. I don't know if it was 67, 68 maybe. It's hard to say. And what I could find out about the information concerning the Slim, the thought is, and I know that's going to be, some people may disagree, but I think this was coming more from Gillette than anybody else maybe. Is that the Slim is better made, if you will. I was reading on Razor Emporium something along the lines that the clicker is less prone to erosion. Be honest with you, I couldn't tell you one way or the other. Even my my old, I guess you might say unrefurbished, I guess you might say original Fat Boy, that's it seems to work all right. I don't see an issue with it. I mean, outside the plating, you know, it doesn't affect the shave any, at least not for me it doesn't. The way I remember this shaving cream used to be blue, and over time something has happened to the color. And the shaving cream is not the easiest to find. I've had this one for a while. I got it through Gifts and Care. I had thought it maybe at one point in time, Italian Barber may have had it at one point. That could be fuzzy memory. This excuse me, this blade is working pretty well on with the cream pass so far. But the slim, the cap, the height is smaller, not near as tall as compared to the Fat Boy, and the of course the handle is slender, just a tad bit longer. I guess you might say to a degree the consensus is that the Slim is a better made adjustable compared to the Fat Boy, but like I say, since I don't work on them, I really couldn't say one way or the other, just what I've read about it. The Slim also will come in a executive type box, also gold in other words. Box seems to be a little long, and there's at Frugal Shave on Etsy, he'll if you're needing a new insert for your box, he's got one. In other words, one that he makes that'll fit down in there in case the one you have for your box is deteriorated quite a bit. .3D printer sure have helped out a lot. He's got lids for the Old Spice mugs that he can 3D print for you. To me, I think that's just awesome build-up. Even though it's a reproduction, but at least you'll have something that will be close to the time. Because face it, as time goes on, through unfortunate incidents, these things will disappear off the face of the earth. Whether they just get flat out lost, natural disasters, whether it's being dropped or anything quite like that. But in other words, you know, there's floods and things of that nature. This one here is in pretty good shape. It's not, it does has a few issues, and you can kind of tell, especially underneath. You see these little black spots here and there. There's a little bit on the top part of the cap there, but it's got a little bit of the issues, but overall it's in pretty good shape. Numbers are nice and black. I can see them. Guess you might say I'm a fan of having that stuff painted. This is pretty creamy though, I have to give it that. There's a little bit left right through there, but I know I'm going to catch it on the against the green bass. Been doing pretty good so far on the Gillette shaving on setting 9. That setting is pretty efficient. 3 pass, maybe just a tiny bit excuse me, on the pickup, but that's about it. There's a number of places that person that you can find. I probably need to remember to put the link down below. I did remember to put the links for the Try a Blade and Razor Blade Club. And in other words, when I was setting this up yesterday, I did remember to do that. And the there is a place besides Razor Emporium, in other words. It seemed like a lot of people know Razor Emporium, but there's more than one, but there's one on Etsy. I think it's called Backroads Gold. Anyhow, I have a link down below for it. That'll replay shavers like this. And if you're looking for one already replated, he may have what you're looking for already done up for you. Like I said, I'll have some links down below. So I'll also try to, what I've been trying to do this month is find where there's, by the way, of blogs or through YouTube, folks that you may or may not be aware of, and or giving reviews or a shave with something I'm either shaved with that day or getting ready to shave with in the near future. Just a little bit of feedback. Definitely a close shave for a Sunday morning. Be looking pretty good. You see a little bit of, and it's not uncommon for me, especially on a very efficient shave, a little bit of redness right around the sideburn area. That's not uncommon for me. It's not a sign of irritation, it's just something normal occurrence for me. Even when I don't shave, sometimes it'll turn red in the midday. Could tell you why. Just unique to me, I guess you might say. This is slickness is there. I don't know about cushion. I don't know there's a lot of cushion with this particular shaving cream, but the slickness is there, and it is creamy. So in other words, I think the post shave will be pretty decent. That's the way I've always remembered it. Of course, when you first start out and you see the blue and think that's pretty cool, but then blue disappears, that is kind of disappointing in that aspect, but it has no effect on the shave. It's more of a visual effect, if you will. This is pretty creamy though. It's a little bit tough to find, I have to say. I did find, I think I'll put a link to it. I now, Gifts and Care I bought from before, so in other words, I'm okay, in other words, putting that link on there. I found another one, I've never used it before, and matter of fact, it's new to me. I just found it just last night, and I'll put it on there, and I don't know if it's Spain, Portugal maybe is where it's based out of. I'm not sure. I'll have to look a little bit more and see if I can't figure it out, find something that gives me a clue where it's coming from. But they, when I was looking at their shaving brushes, they've got one on there, and I don't think it's their brand. It could be, like, Italian Barber has Razor Rock, and there is a brush on there, and it's inexpensive price-wise. Shipping is different from what I've seen so far. It's like, ouch. But that's where the rubber band used to be. They have some different items here. That I have not seen before. Just a little bit of stinging over there. But not bad using setting at 9 for all 3 passes. I mean, it's nothing major. It's not like screaming type stinging. Let's get this open. This is what the reds look like on the inside, if you can see that without the glare. If you you have never seen one of these before. And they come wrapped, single wrapper, like this right here. At least that's what it came in my box. Now, my stock might be a little bit on the old side, so when you get yours, it might be a little bit different. Don't see very many Shave the Days with the red or the blue ones that are blue in a box like this here, except for, I say a box, actually it's a plastic container, at least that's the ones I've got. I thought I would give those a try too, just to see if I could tell any discernible difference in between them. There might be a little bit, maybe, at least from what I can tell. I think I probably would have to use them back to back on a very efficient shave, if you will, on a shaver that, in other words, which I have one in mine already, that one or two passes and you're done, to be able to tell a real difference. The Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements, I've got the Oxblood Bakelite Slam. that one there is a very efficient shaver. I'm not kidding you. The first pass, there is not much of anything left on my face with that one. That's a very efficient shaver. One you can use, quote unquote, if you're just looking for a single pass in a hurry. Yeah, if you're used to shaving with it, it would be pretty good, because that's it really takes it down in a hurry. Lightweight shaver at that too. I've had this one for a little, well, I've had about two of these at the time. The new labels are different than this nowadays, but these will also come in two different sizes. This one here is 7 ounce, and then there's one I think that's 3.4 or 5 ounces, but I like the big ones, which sometimes is not the easiest to find. And also this particular one here, that's what the restrictor looks like, because it comes out in a hurry. This is going to be pretty good though, with the mentholated witch hazel, this right on top of it. You can already feel like a cooling effect on a cool December morning. I do like Aqua Velva. It's been around for a while. Brings back memories from back when I first started. It's kind of like after. I need to get some of it. The aftershave balm. I remember when I first started shaving, my mom would get me after, and that's what I would have after the shave. Good thing I had something, because it was such a bloody mess. I was using those big single edge or the twin blade Good News. It just, talk about some bad memories. Had a pretty good shave this morning. Once again, this was the shaver of the day. You have to say this one here is probably one of it goes for classic adjustables. This one here is probably in a better shape of most of them. This one here being a newer one, more plastic than metal, but even at that, if you look at the top, it's not much better, if maybe even a little worse than the 63 model. Can't remember what year this one is. I'd have to look it up again. A1, in other words, first quarter A. I'd have to look that up again to see what year that was. But just unique. Thought I needed to have it in the collection, because I know as time goes on, I'm not going to have these around. I'm going to be passing them on. Had a great shave this morning. Hope everybody's doing well on Sunday morning. Stay safe and smooth shaves to you.